Hey guys, it's Carrie Howard and Happy New Year from eXp Realty. So this video is very specific. I'm not going to just publicize it to everybody just yet because it is January 1st. I really wanted to have a brand new video, and the Marketing Center has created this specific template, and you can see my mouse moving. It's an interactive presentation of eXp Realty. And if you hear this right now, it's because I specifically wanted you to see it. You are an agent that I have either been interested in recruiting because I think you're doing business really well, because I admire your integrity, or however you do what you do. So if you're seeing this, it's because I'm thinking, I bet this person is either doing New Year's resolutions or possibly at least goal setting. And I think goals are really important. It's important for people to understand what they want to do with their week or their day or their year or whatever. Because if they don't have anywhere to run towards, nothing to hopefully achieve. So if you're right there with me and you're thinking of your goals for this year, I want you to hear this. eXp Realty is a very different kind of company, and it takes pretty much the full 25-30 minutes that I'm going to talk to hear the basic nuts and bolts of it. We can even do coffee further and talk about it in all kinds of different ways. There's a team structure. There's other aspects, in other words, that I can't get into one video. But I do want you to hear what I have to say just for 30 minutes because I think it can change your career. It has changed mine. Not too much about myself, but when I moved over to eXp, I was not looking to move brokerages. I just simply wanted to get together with this guy named Jay Nelson. He and his wife, Ashley, are really incredible mega agents up in Nashville, Tennessee. I saw them in church because they also work here in Huntsville. So I got together with them, and I was going to just pick the brain. I just wanted to see, hey, how are you doing what you're doing? Let's just talk real estate. And then we did, but then they started sharing about eXp Realty, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never even heard of that brokerage. And what you're saying, it sounds like way too good to be true. And I laughed, and I was like, Jay, I don't do hype. And he looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, Carrie, this isn't hype, this is real. And a year and a half, well, I'm about to start my second year on February 1st. 2 years later, it is what he said it was, but now it's even better. So I'm hoping that you'll hang in here with me and see it as a compliment that I am sending you this, because I think whatever you're doing in real estate is incredible. I'm just asking you, you don't know what you don't know. Would you be willing to listen to me for 30 minutes to share one-on-one what I think about this brokerage and a little bit more about it, because a lot of misnomers are out there. People have been flocking to it. We have 24,000 and so agents across America. So yeah, there's going to be some negatives out there now because so many people are leaving their brokerage to come here. And you got to hear me from the very beginning. This is not one of those, oh yeah, we're trying to take over the world. It's just this awesome of a brokerage that people are interested in moving over to it. So I'm giving you the opportunity to just listen and tell me what you think. Tell me what things that I'm talking about that you really like. Alrighty, so here we go. This is an interactive website, so I may have to kind of click here and click there to get it through. It's great. Again, I didn't have to design this at all. Our marketing team did. Okay, so what you're about to hear is a little bit about the overarching, like, bird's eye view of it. We're going to talk about in detail some of the different tools that we have, and then I'm going to finish up with my contact information. So here we go. First and foremost, eXp is known for being a structureless company. We don't have brick and mortar buildings necessarily. I mean, we do in Alabama, we of course have our one brick and mortar office per state law, but now we are doing it similarly like Netflix or Amazon or Uber and Lyft. There are so many companies that we use day in and day out with ourselves and our families that don't have any kind of brick and mortar structure. I mean, just stop and think in your own house. What do you use? Do you use Uber? Do you use the different, like Disney Plus? Our kids love that now. Instead of having to go, get the video, we can do Disney Plus. Enter in eXp Realty. You have a traditional brokerage to where you have an office, and those offices, they cost money. That's why your brokers have to charge you transaction fees that are sometimes big. That's why their commission splits are sometimes not as great as ours are. They have a bottom number that they have to keep because of that structure, where eXp says, okay, it's important that people get together. It's important that people learn, but we don't necessarily have to have the building anymore. Like, who goes to look for houses in a building? Like, nobody. They all do it on Zillow. Hello. By the time like you and I talk to a buyer, they've probably already seen like 50 plus houses already on their own. So this brokerage is just set up to be a very modern, forward-thinking type of structure. We may not have an office, and I say that loosely because some places do. And I like to let people understand this from the very beginning. If you absolutely have to have an office, go rent you a little one. That's fine. You have to get permission from EXP, and there's some, red tape things that you have to go through. However, it's not one of those companies that says you absolutely are not allowed to have a building. So if you're listening to me, you're like, Carrie, I'm going to turn you off. I have to have an office to get away to. Go ahead and listen to me to the end. Let's grab coffee and talk about that further. I actually have some really good ideas for you in your office as well that could work. So within the structure that we have, it's called EXP World. It is a world office that is offered online. It's real-time support. Y'all, if I go in there tomorrow, I'm going to go into an office, sit down. There will be a real person on the other side of that desk saying hello and talking to me and answering questions. There's specialized departments, and just to name a few of them, we have a technology center. Do you have a technology center in your brokerage? If your computer crashes, will anyone in your office be able to help you out with that? Probably not. Mine does. We have a payroll department. We have an onboarding department for all of the newbies. That's where they go. That's where they say, hey, help me do this. What do I do next? We have a department for the brokers. Like, we have someone that sits in an office in the world. Her name is Jennifer Minyard, and she's usually there. And I can go in and say, hey, Jen, I have a question about this. And then, of course, there is our state broker, Brent. I can always contact him, and he's available. So we may not have to go in and face-to-face see them. I mean, you can meet people for coffee or whatever, but you don't have to. We have a team collaboration, and I'm going to join that right here with the information sharing all at the same time. Guys, these are huge. The structure of our company is such that every agent is a shareholder. We own stock through NASDAQ. Because we own stock in our brokerage, all of us want the brokers to be successful. So there has been times late at night I've texted on one of our tools I'm going to talk about in a second called Workplace. I said, hey guys, I'm having trouble with my KB4 account. Has anyone ever dealt with this? Y'all, within like 10 minutes, I had a dude from California I have never heard of in my life. He calls me and he said, hey Carrie, I saw your message on our Workplace. I had the same problem a couple days ago. Let me walk you through it. And then we talked real estate. We talked about sales, blah, 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 blah. And he even said, hey, have you seen this before? I'm going to send you this document. I think it would really help you out. I was like, that is so cool. Thank you so much. That kind of collaboration can only exist when people are not in a little Shark Tank together. And when you have one office with one overarching umbrella type of brokerage, it offers that more often than not. It is incredible. Daily training. You're going to see the schedule popping up in a second where we have 40 hours of training every single week. It's funny how many times I tell people this and like, oh my gosh, how can you sell real estate if you're in a class all day? I'm like, no. It's available hours. That's right, 40 hours of available training. So go back into that little brick and mortar structure you saw a second ago. If you're in an office, you have agents that have been seasoned 10, 20, 30 years. And then you have the newbies. You cannot have the same discussion with all of those in the same room and still reach everybody. So with our office, because we have different classes all throughout the day, let's say you're a newbie, they can go and say, hey, I need to learn more about farming or databases or how to be organized. Versus your senior who's been doing this for forever, and they just simply need to pick up some courses on marketing or how to sharpen themselves on technology. So when you have specific classes, you meet specific needs, and they're all large scale. You'll see a picture of it here in a second. This is a quick video.
A world once disconnected by distance. From impossible to possible. The elite, now the common. The lonely, now united. Now imagine a world created for connection. Welcome to our world. EXP World.
Welcome to EXP World.
EXP, created for connection.
That is a phenomenal video. I could not make that if I wanted to. And it was created for free for every agent in our entire brokerage, all 24,000 plus of us. So we have tools like that that are offered in our office to everybody. And I love that video. It's so inspiring every single time I see it. It's awesome. You got to see just now what our world looks like, what the agents look like. When I say the word avatar, that's what we are. Like this little lady shaking her hand right here. That's who you meet when you go into our office. On my screen at the bottom, you see it popped up right here. It's just an application that you download to your computer. It's always there. So if I need to go into my office, I will simply click this and I'm there. And that's that 40 hours of live training that I'm talking about. You can sit at a computer, like this one is, or on your phone. Now, if you're on your phone, you don't see the screen, but you can still hear it, and you see all of the people that are in the room. That way you can say, oh yeah, I heard so-and-so said something really great. I'm going to follow up with that person who lives in Vermont and talk to them about blah, blah, blah. It opens your ability to grow so much bigger, so much bigger. If you're just thinking about your little bitty city, your little bitty town that you're sitting in right now, think globally. Think, how can you get better from agents across America, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia? So, kind of transitioning from that bird's eye view to our core values. This is important to me because I think the values that a company has, it shines through their agents of service. Making positive changes. We have some affiliated businesses that we work with that offer services to our community. We're sustainable. I mean, think about, like, if you're a earth-friendly kind of person who's thinking green, everything we do is paperless. For the most part, we don't have brick and mortar structures. We do not have a very big footprint as far as being earth-friendly. It's great. The other aspect of being sustainable is sustainable on a financial level. They'll make little tweaks and changes to make sure our company is doing well. Collaboration, that's huge. Transparency. There's two aspects that I personally see here. I can go any time of day and see what I have sold, what my cap is. I can see what my paperwork that's due. Everything is very transparent that I do. Everything's transparent that the company offers. I can also go in and look at our policies and procedures. They're right there for everyone to know. I know what our quarterly shares and losses and profits are as a brokerage. It puts it out there for people to see. Now, I won't take that much time with all of these, but you can just read through here. Some of it is fun. I mean, come on, get a break. You got to have a break in life. If you go into an office and they're doing flips and high fives and there's an ocean and there's soccer, it's just fun. That's just out there just to be silly. But it's a very professional place where we go and we learn. Community, being agile, innovative, integrity, all of that is very much there in our brokerage. So this is always important to talk about with people because you need to know how much it costs. And you see right here, there's no desk fees. If you're paying $200, $250 a month for your desk, why? That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money when you can work from wherever you're sitting watching this right now. We don't have royalty fees. If you quit EXP, you don't have to go back and keep paying the money. I've met people who that is not the case for. We don't have franchise fees because, we don't have franchises. What we do have is a startup fee of $149. When you first get into EXP, you're going to have an entire team called the onboarding team, and they'll reach out to you through a series of emails of to do, hey, go to your AR. Well, for us, it would be at the Alabama. Oh my gosh, I'm going blank on the name. AREC. I'll get out here in a second. Sorry, guys. They'll let you know who to contact next. Hey, go to your MLS. You need to get this done. Fill out this paperwork. Make this website work. All of the things that you need to start up, there's people there, and that just covers a little bit of their time that we'll definitely spend on helping you get onboarded. Let's talk about money. This one's always a biggie. Our commission split is 80-20 split. When your 20% right here reaches $16,000 that goes to the company, you cap out and you go to 100% commission. During this time where you're on an 80-20 split, your transaction fee is, ta-da, it is $25. That's it. Now, I know some agents and they make this and they don't even have this. Hang on. If that's you, just hang on just a second, because again, I've talked about this is one way that we get paid. I'm going to talk about 2 other ways that we get paid, also through stock and through growing our business. You have to start seeing yourself as a business owner with EXP if you want to. You can basically recruit people and make a lot of money by doing it. This is just one way of getting paid. Once you are 100% commission, your transaction fee does change. It goes to $250 per transaction, and it does cap at $5,000, and then it's reduced to $75 after that. Again, you're making 100% commission. I have 3 sales coming that are 100% myself very recently. All right, so that's the money part, and I'll probably go back to that in the end. I might not. If I don't, catch me if you want to see that again, or I'll just go back and you can screenshot it while I'm thinking of it. Go ahead and screenshot it. That way you'll have that to consider later on. Let's talk about our growth. So we've covered that bird's eye view of we don't have brick and mortar offices necessarily. We've covered a little bit about our tools. I showed you the world through that awesome video. Let's see how we're growing. 2009, we're founded. This is not a brand new company, folks. It's not. We're a decade old. 2013, World Holdings becomes a publicly traded company. That is who our stock is through, is World Holdings. Our EXP Realty exceeds 650 agents in 2015. That's nothing. 2 years later, I'm going to go back to that one. Okay, look at the number, 650 agents. 2 years later, we're at 6,500. Guys, that is huge, 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 huge. 47 states, 2 Canadian provinces. 2018, World Holdings joins NASDAQ. We are now a publicly traded stock. I'm going to go back to this before I move on. This is way number 2 that you will make money with EXP. Way number 1 is your sales. Everybody has to sell houses. Way number 2 is your first transaction. They're going to give you a certain amount of stock. If you recruit somebody and they have their first sale, they're going to give you stock. They're going to give you more stock when you cap out. You can choose to buy stock on every transaction at a 20% discount. And they go to NASDAQ on the last day of the month and they purchase that amount of stock. I do that every single time. On all of my transactions, I take 5% right off the top because I want to invest in my future through stock. It's just wise investing. Moving on. 2019, this is where we are and beyond. We are now over 24,000 agents. A company that's been around for 10 years has hit 24,000 agents. And we're international. Let's talk about that. So this is where we started off in North America. We've grown to the United Kingdom. We've grown to Australia. This is a force to be reckoned with. That's not all. We have other countries in here who are knocking on the door. So if you're somebody who wants to do international, hang with me. Just hang with me. So our brand matters. A lot of times people talk about brand and they're like, oh, I want to be known because, everybody knows who this brokerage is. Well, let me ask you, at the end of the day, did they know who you are? Did they know who you are? So many times I'll have people that did something huge in my life, and I don't remember who they are in a few years, and I kind of feel embarrassed about it because I should. But you are now the brand of your own self, of your own job. You're a CEO. However, look at all of the things that people are saying about EXP as a brand. This is not made up stuff. These is real labels. These are real awards. The Mega 1000 2019 honoree. Real Trends 500. Top movers in volume, independence, closed transaction size. These are phenomenal things that other people are saying about us. So, and I don't want to sound confusing here. I know I inserted the whole brand thing real quick, so I don't want to shock you. But one of the things I hear a lot of times from agents, they're like, well, I don't really know a whole lot about EXP. Well, darling, that's just because it's Alabama. It is, like I said, it's one screen ago, we're international. We are a huge brokerage. We're in every single state in America, all of them. We're in the majority of Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia. Our brand is huge. If you haven't heard about it, that's why I'm sharing this with you. That's why I want you to personally see we are recognized for 10 years of amazing work, amazing service. Okay, moving on. The word enterprise up here, this is something very familiar to agents. And I'm kind of moving into a hopefully brief discussion about some of our tools that we have. Enterprise is a one-stop shop that has all of the different things that we need as agents for tools. We have investor relations, we can get official press releases, again, that's that transparency. Extend a hand, that's that service part of our organization to where we help other people across the globe, really. All of these things are needed by agents to do our job. So let's zero in on this side right here. When I go into my enterprise, I can click on my finances. I can see exactly what I've sold, what I've capped, what I've made. Everything is very transparent and easy to understand. I can see my agent details, my commission. I can review my equity awards, and that, again, that's just a fancy word for stock. I can see how many stock shares I own. I can get performance reports. I know how I'm doing because of this particular site. Within that site, I'll go back real quick. It zeroed into this one right here. If you click on SkySlope, all that is simply where we turn in our paperwork. We are paperless, so you'll see how many active transactions you have, your closings, your pendings. You can easily create a transaction right here to where our brokerage, eXp, knows that you have a buyer and now they've written a contract. You can add in your listings. This is where you create listings. All of these are very easy to navigate, very self-transparent. Workplace is one of our tools. I mentioned this earlier. Workplace is just basically by Facebook. It's the professional version of Facebook. When you go in, there's all of these different groups that you can talk with. State groups, groups about money, groups about websites, groups about technology. You can go in and collaborate with people all in our same brokerage. We even have, and this one's huge, we have one that is referrals, and I can go into the referral network and see who needs a house in Alabama, or I can refer out to Virginia or wherever. Discuss topics and projects. We share announcements. All of the stuff that we need day in and day out can be found on Workplace. Most of us are on Facebook every day. It's just something that's comfortable and easy to find. Another tool that we have is our CRM. If you're a brand new agent, you might not know what I'm talking about. Think of it like your address book. This is where you put all of the people that you've worked with and sold houses for are in one place. We have KV Core, and it is given to us for free as eXp agents. KV Core has a built-in CM. It is a lead generation website, and this is huge. I can create, like in 2 minutes, an individual website and put it on all of my social media and say, hey, click here for houses in Madison for $350,000. Or, hey, click here to see what your house might be worth. We're able to go in and very easily, very quickly, step-by-step instructions, how to put a very quick URL on our social media for people to click on. When they click on it, it goes to our KV Core account and captures that lead. It's not like it transfers to somebody else very fast. You have to pick up the phone. These are our leads. Every single house that you have a listing on, KV Core creates instantly a website for that house. You don't have to go to GoDaddy or whoever else you use and buy a website. You already have one. You have flyers and brochures. You can get your artificial intelligence to set up times to call people in your CRM. Your AI can send out houses similar to what they look like. My current buyers, every one of them shop on my KV Core account, and I see on the back side what they're looking at. Very user-friendly. We also have with KV Core an app. It's a mapping app. I can send it to my buyers and say, hey, when you're driving down the road, somebody else in the car, go ahead and look for houses around you. If you click on it, I'll see what you're looking at. It's a really, really amazing tool. I've gotten a lot of leads from it that I consistently work. Okay, another tool that we have is our marketing. And I'm going to stop here and ask, are you hanging with me? How you doing? I know this is a lot of information. So we've talked about commission splits. We've talked about money. We've talked about tools. And now I'm introducing marketing branding. What does your brokerage offer you regarding all of this stuff? Just kind of do a self-checklist. Is anything that I've mentioned something that you don't have or you already have that maybe you like to do differently? When I say marketing and branding, literally what you're watching right now, I did not have to spend my time and energy creating. It's already there for me. Now, you all are just watching my screen. I'm just doing the screen recording. I have my business card. This is a digital business card that the company created for me. I just had to click and save. Ta-da! There it is. I text this to people. So when I'm going about, they're like, yeah, do you have your card? I'm like, yeah, I sure do. Let me send you my digital business card. What's your phone number? I'll text it to you. Bingo, I now have their phone number. They now have my card, and I can call back. Our marketing center creates stuff for us to help us be more professional. Go back to that video. It's 1 minute and 27 seconds, I believe. Awesome video. I can share it. We have all kinds of things like that EXP gives us for free. Okay, we're going to finish up with talking about more money. I already said that you're going to get paid an 80-20 split. You can cap out at $16,000 that goes to the company dollar. In addition to your sales, you're getting stock. In addition to stock, you're getting this. This is the game changer. Maybe you're thinking, Carrie, I already have a good commission split. Well, I don't really do stock. This, however, darling, will change your life if you use it. I'm just going to read over here, kind of follow along with me. eXp Realty agents can receive revenue share. Again, not profit share, it is a revenue share. Income from the sales activity of the productive agents you sponsor. Agents earn a base on adjusted gross commission income, which is this thing right here, the AGCI. From the sales transactions closed by a personally sponsored capping agent and productive agent. So if they cap out, you still get a little bit more. AGCI is dynamically calculated each month, so the eXp Realty pays out and retains 50% of company dollar. All right, let's look into it closer. I know that probably made 0 sense to you, but this will. If you have a pen and paper, grab one. Okay, I'm going to give you just a second. I want you to get out something to write with because you need to write this down. Maybe you have a team, maybe you don't. Maybe you think, okay, I like what I'm hearing. I can easily share that with somebody. And again, I didn't have to make this up. It was given to me already. You just have to sit down. You can even say, hey, Carrie, would you come share that presentation again with so-and-so? I think this would be a great fit for them. This is the recruiting aspect of eXp. Recruiting is not a bad word. If I'm trying to recruit you, it is a compliment. It's, hey, I think you're an awesome agent and I would love to partner up with you. That's what it means. Think of all the other companies that recruit. Keller Williams recruits. If you'll notice, they have 7 tiers just like this because Glenn Sanford, the creator of eXp, used to be Keller Williams. So he made something very similar, but this is not profit share. It is revenue share. It is a predictable amount that you make on every person that you've ever brought in the company. Exit Realty, they do this as well. They try to get you to recruit people and you make a certain percentage off of them, but that's it. It's just one tier. It stops right there. Other agencies, they're like, yeah, go ahead and recruit in. We'll build a big old team. So if you're thinking that recruiting is a bad word, it's really not. This is not some crazy pyramid. It is a structured business plan that works. All right, so write the number 10 down. Let's say your first goal is to get 10 agents. Now remember I said that we cap on an 80-20 split and then you cap out. If the people you bring in cap, you're making money off of them right here, this part that I'm circling on that 80-20 split. So their 20%, the company dollar is what goes back to you. I probably said that horrible, so let me say it again. They're giving the company 20% of their money. You're making 3.5% gross commission off of their gross commission, not their 20%. So this is off their total sale. Woo, I just moved the whole screen around. Okay, so let's say you have 10 agents. It doesn't have it right here, but I know that you can make up to $2,800 per person per year. So I want you to go 10. Well, I'm going to get my calculator back on. I actually have to use a calculator for everything I do to make sure I don't screw up my words. Okay, so 10 people, each of them cap out, and so you're making 3.5%. So 10 times 2,800 is $28,000. Now again, you are still selling houses. You are still getting stock. This is passive. This is you brought in 10 people and that's what they're selling and you're making money on it. That's all it is. Because you have 10, you open up these two layers. So realistically, let's say your 10 people right here, maybe they all recruited 5. So we're going to say 10 times 5, of course, is 50. And this level right here is a different number. You can make up to roughly 3,200 per person per year there. So you're going to take your 50 and multiply that by 3,200, and that is 160,000. That is money that you earn passively off of having a team. Let's say you're 50 people here, they all get 5 because everybody typically wants to at least get 5. So 50 times 5 is 250. This is approximately 2,000 per person per year. So I'm going to multiply that by 2,000. And that comes up with $500,000. Now, I know this is, if you're not like me, I'm very much a visual person, you're probably already lost. That's okay. I'm going to do the math for you. So we have $500 or $500,000 per year right here of potential income, plus 160 on that other level, number 2, plus 28,000. That is about $545,000, give or take, if everybody caps out. Did you hear me? That's $500,000 on growing a business. Let that just sink in and marinate for a second. This is the changer that I'm talking about that you want to hold on to the very end. Our brokerage doesn't, it's not completely existing on recruiting. But doggone it, if you don't recruit, why? Why would you not? If you have the ability to grow a company and make money on it and not have to be responsible and the broker for it, but you're acting like a business person, go back to your goals this year that I started out talking about from the very beginning. Are you setting goals to maybe be your own owner? This is a way that you can function as an owner, but yet everyone on your team or everyone that you recruit has training, and it's not you. Their training is in the world. They can recruit and do this for themselves. If you have a true team structure, they're actually going to half cap and cap at $8,000. Again, that's a coffee and tea talk or whatever. This is huge if you're goal setting. You can cap out and make 100% commission. You can have all these people underneath you. Let's see, like realistically, maybe all of them don't cap out. Maybe, by the way, capping is about, if you think about it as transactions, it's somewhere around 2,666 repeating $1,000 of volume. If you can sell 2.6 million in real estate, you will cap out. So it's very, very achievable. But let's say everybody on your team didn't. That's still an extra $250,000. Hello. But more likely, you're going to have people that work and that sell them that cap out. This is awesome. And I want you to take a screenshot of it. Because if you're thinking about what can you do differently this year, how can you grow, I just want to offer this to you. This is not some hype. This is my reality currently. I mentioned way in the beginning, I had met with my current sponsor, Jay Nelson. He and his wife, they're married, and they are both eXp real estate agents, and they're a married team. They have capped out, and they have earned an icon status. And I haven't even talked about that because I didn't want to spend too much time there. But basically, if you cap out, you sell an additional 20 houses, you're going to get the $16,000 back in stock. So I'll say that one more time slower because I know I talk fast. If you're a high producer and you cap out, you've sold 2.6 million in real estate, or give or take. You capped out, you're 100% commission. If you sell another 20 houses, give or take, it depends if you're on your team, but 20 more houses, you're an icon agent, and the company rewards you by giving you all of the money that you put into the company back. They give it back to you in stock. Basically, you didn't pay anything. That $16,000 is yours. You get to keep it. I'm friends with Mickey Duncan, she and Blake up in Nashville. They're a married couple. They capped. They're icon agents, and they got all that money back. Jay and Ashley Nelson, my sponsors, they capped. They got that money back. Guys, this is real. This is not some handy-pandy hope and a dream. This is what can you do? What if you come in to eXp and you already have 20 agents? Or you're a broker and you already have 40 agents? Think what you can do with that. So in the last slide, I ended, and I wanted to make sure it's very easy and very clear for you as you're thinking about doing the math. Pretend everybody that you recruit sells 2.6 million in volume. Some of these numbers have slightly changed, like this tier 2 is a little bit different now. However, this is one of our original rev share charts that I really do like. It just makes it a whole lot easier. So if you have a certain amount of people on your first level here, let's say you have 20, that would be up to $2,800 per person per year. If all of your 20 get 20, that would be $3,200 roughly. This is a percentage. So if you're doing the calculations, run it with a certain amount of volume per person. So I'm going to X off that. I always like to be clear, and sometimes when I talk about money on the fly, I don't always speak as clearly as I want to. Secondly, before I ended, some of you I know are team leaders already. Some of you already might even be brokers or part owners. I'm going to zoom in here. Again, this is just me live on my Safari website later. So there are team structures at EXP. You have one lead agent or one team leader. That's what the definition of it is. If you're already married, one of you is considered that team leader, not both of you. One or more licensed agent working as a team member with a team agreement. So these are the different kinds of agreements that you see here. The self-organized team does not have a minimum of closed transactions. It's just, let's say you and 5 other people all want to share transactions together. You guys can, within your own team unit, say, okay, everyone is going to get X amount of percentage to us. So maybe your new agents, they give you 40%, or maybe they give you 20%, whatever. You can decide between yourselves and each team member, and all you have to do is turn in a team roster to EXP so they know who you're considering working as your team. There is a standard team, and some of you, as you're listening, this is going to be you. You already have maybe a brokerage, you already have a lot of people with you. You have to have a minimum of 6 million or 30 closed transactions in 12 months to be on that standard team. There's also a minimum referral, and they use a referral instead of saying like a split, they're just calling it a referral. So let's say you and your 20 people, all of them have to give you at least 25% as their team leader. Think about it like this. You're making that percentage cut from each person on your team. And if you're going to be, like if you recruited them, you're also making a revenue share on them and the people that they recruit and the people that they recruit. So this is where this gets very, very lucrative. If you're a team leader, again, I'll say it kind of slower, you're making a percentage off of everyone on your true team. In addition to you're making a revenue share off of them because you recruited them. You can even recruit people all over the country. They don't have to be on your team. They're just your downline. You just simply recruited them. So you're still making money on recruits plus your team structure. And listen in very, very close. I know this is a long, long video, but please pay attention here. Everyone on your team gets a reduced half cap for your members. So you're basically saying, hey guys, I'm your team leader. I'm going to try to give you leads or whatever else you're offering them as their leader. And they cap out at $8,000 going to the company. You're giving them the opportunity to be 100% commission twice as fast as you. So just kind of screenshot this so you can really look into this closely because you're offering them all of that training. You don't have to do it. They have a CRM. They have KV Core. They cap at $8,000. They can grow their business. They can have people all over the country that they personally recruit and are making money from, and you make money off of them. This is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Last one, I won't talk about this a whole lot. If you have a minimum of 40 million on your team, you could be a mega icon team. It's reduced to a quarter of a cap for your team members. Again, if you are a huge mega rockstar team, it's a quarter. That's $4,000. Just think about that. That's incredible. So I wanted to make sure that this was in my presentation. Calculations, it lets you know exactly how it's broken down. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that because you guys can read. I'm going to X off it. No, yeah. Last one, I have a personal website. So if you're going to be coming up underneath EXP, maybe we talk later on. This is the website. It's my name, carriehoward.exprealty.careers. This is the website that my brokerage has created for me to make it self-explanatory. You can share it, look at it, whatever. Okay, I'm going to X off this. And lastly, this is just my basic contact information. Again, I know you all are just looking at my computer screen, just sharing that with you. I do a lot of Zoom meetings, and my team does a lot of Zoom meetings, and we do it the same way. It's nothing like serious. It's just you're looking at my computer screen. All right. Make sure you have my number. Let's do coffee. If you're sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't know about all of that, especially now that I tacked on the team structure, you're sitting here writing your goals, you're thinking about becoming an owner or growing yourself, growing your business, this is a way to do it. Please give me a call, 205-937-1334. And thank you guys so much for hanging in here with me. Have a great first start of your new year, 2020. Set goals. Let's do coffee. Y'all have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.